Okay, game number 4 just ended between the Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers. A game where the Oilers do something historic. Literally, their stats were confusing. They went one thing saying 37-1 for coming back 3-0, and then another team, that other stat saying 6 times it's happened. But regardless, history made literally minutes ago as the Oilers defeat the Florida Panthers in a 3-0 comeback, winning in overtime 5-4 and tie up the series 2-2 as they ship back to Edmonton. And minus my bias in this series, right? Subtract the bias. Oilers, they have been phenomenal. Super goddamn phenomenal in this series. I would say, first game, I would say the whole game, all periods, without subtracting, minutes of it, 4 periods that were played in the game number 1, the Oilers were the better team. In game number 2, I would say, maybe a period, maybe overtime, one of the overtimes, but it's still, another 3 periods in the Oilers' favor. Game 3, shit show for them, right? Game 4, the Oilers, best team, second period. Third period, I would say, is a good little back and forth between the two of them. Overtime, too. Overtime. I wouldn't lean towards the Cats, but because they got the win, and I gotta hand it to them, right? Overall, I would say the Oilers have been the better team in this series, bar none, and they are showing that they are phenomenal. They are so deadly, and they do everything, just so many things right, and they have been so good in this series to watch. And this series has been the best series I've ever gotten to see in my lifetime. And it's the best this is the best hockey series I've ever seen. This is the best playoff series of any sport that has gone on in the last 5-10 years, 20, forever, because hockey is the best sport. So we are so lucky. We should be thanking everything that we luckily get to see this amazing matchup between the Oilers and the Panthers. But this game, huge game. The Oilers, they tie up the series like they should. They've been dominant, and when they focus, instead of being assholes, instead of trying to beat the Panthers and, I'm going to cross-check you, I'm going to slash you, I'm going to do everything wrong, I'm going to be dirty and oily, when they decide to do what they're probably the best team in the world at, which is skilled, super complete, deadly hockey, they are the best team in the world. When they give up on that and they get into the Cats game of trying to be mean, trying to be hurtful, I'm mean, I'm going to scrap you up, it messes them up. First period, they let in 3 goals. Game number 3, obviously, once again, shit show for them, right? When the Oilers focus on hockey, and I don't know what clicked, I don't know what snapped in them. Maybe it was Calvin Pickard actually being a competent goaltender. I don't care what the fuck Stu has done recently. I don't care what he's done in the past or at any point. Everyone has done something good in their lives. Look at any historical figure and you'd be like, they did something good right there. Doesn't matter. Their resume shows that he is a horrible goaltender. At best, above average. Most of the time, under average. And in the Stanley Cup final against the best teams in the world, you gotta be above average all the time. And Calvin Pickard, I don't think he's an above average goaltender. I don't think he's a legendary goaltender. I don't think he's an MVP goaltender. But what he is a competent, consistent goaltender that is making simple saves, not leaving out big rebounds, not over pushing at plays, and he is locked freaking in. He's a backup goaltender, AHL goaltender his whole career, and he's finally getting a giant chance, and he is grabbing that brass ring to play right now in these finals. And he's been absolutely dominant. I don't know why they didn't start him in the first period, but let's go through the game right now, right? First period for the Oilers just got straight back into being incompetent when it comes to playing dirty, right? If you want to make the debate, right? The obviously huge talks going around. Refs horrible, refs bad, refs just clearly for the Panthers. Refs clearly destroying the Oilers. Horrible officiating. I disagree. Yes, there are some missed calls. The Verhaeghe goal, yes, technically speaking, he goes up in the boards. Yes, the broken stick. And he hits Stetcher in the back, and his stick hits his visor, and then Stetcher's like, But, come on. Any other play, if it's flipped, it'd be like, come on. If they called that on the Oilers, everyone would be like, are you kidding me? That to me is a fine missed call. I don't like it, especially in the finals. That is fine. What's not fine is Evander Kane strong-arming a guy and then hitting him clearly in the face. That is clear intent. Leon Draisaitl, same thing. He's going in and he just, boom, oh, my elbow came out. Wow, how the hell that happened? Yeah, it's... The Oilers are very bad when it comes to playing dirty. They don't know how to do it smart. They don't know how to do it competently. The Panthers, best team in the league to do it, bar none. They're the dirtiest team. They break rules on and off the ice, but they know how to do it well. Every other team should take a lesson. I'm just saying, just because a team cheats, it shouldn't be like, hey, I'm in the camp of do what you need to do to win. The Panthers know exactly what to do to win, and they do it very smartly. The Oilers are not being very smart with it, right? And unlike Game 2, they something snapped, and I think it's the goaltending. I think Stuart Skinner he makes some crazy saves, and the one save that they are sucking him off for, the commentators are all, the first one where Bennett had his shot and it went, and he was going across the ice and it hit his side. That puck was going, if Skinner didn't even move from his original position, it was going to hit him. But anyways, first period, horrible for the Oilers. Skinner, back to his old antics, can make some crazy jumping saves, but usually with a little bit of luck. And the Oilers, horrible when it comes to playing dirty. They don't know how to do it smart. Second period, everything snapped. Picard becomes an instant shutdown machine. All the Oilers players finally shut up and they play hockey and not screw around. And from then on, this was the Oilers' game. The second period, not just because the goals were scored, but look, they got their penalties. They got those power play chances, and they scored on them when they needed to, because they're a good hockey team. That when they focus on scoring and playing hockey, they're good at it, and not the other way around. Unlike Game 3. And we know they can. So to me, second period, huge for them. They were all over the Panthers. Panthers couldn't breathe. They were being suffocated, but they get out of it with a tied game. Third period, late goal, 6-something left of the third period. Wallman with that giant ready for the clap. Just Bobrovsky. By the way, everyone's giving all the credit in the world to Calvin Picard right now. Listen, Sergei Bobrovsky, the guy's phenomenal. The guy is timeless. He's ageless. He just seemingly gets better. And his crazy antic saves, the one where the puck was just out in the crease, and somehow it just finds him where he just can just suck up the puck while sitting on his ass. Beautiful. Hockey is so beautiful. But Bobrovsky should get his flowers too. But late goal against him, unfortunate. Just Wallman just perfectly lined up. Bobrovsky can only make so many saves, and that one gets past him. And the Cats with a super fortunate bounce where Calvin Picard cannot clear the puck out of the zone. Horrible play, can't get it out. The Oilers get scrambled up along the boards where the Panthers, especially late in a game like this, are going to win those battles. Get the puck, and they just slide it across, and just a couple good little bounce. Beat Picard. Overtime. Holy shit. Overtime. Overtime was just everywhere. Overtime, just the beauty of hockey. I shouldn't even need to tell you anything. If you watch it, you should just watch the highlights of it. It was just one of the most beautiful just overtimes you've ever gotten to see. Back and forth chances. The only unfortunate thing, in the one bad thing about hockey, is overtime goals always seem to be the most screwiest goals in the world. Leon Draisaitl, crazy stat, he breaks the most overtime goals in one postseason run. Kind of crazy. But he's just got one hand on his stick. He just pushes it, and Mikkola slides on the ground, hit his leg, and just finds a hole through Bobrovsky. It's one of those unfortunate things about hockey, I will say, that holds it back a little bit, is in football, when you, to score, those big touchdowns, it feels like it's always beautiful. It's always a crazy thing. In basketball, right, you can't just slide the puck in, right? You can't slide the ball into the net. You gotta make that throw. You gotta do something, right? It's not just easy as just it slides in. And just unfortunately, hockey in games like this, to cap it off, the cherry on top is just oh, come on, it's just a lame goal. Let's be honest. No one's putting that goal in a highlight reel and packaging it up for Instagram to see over and over again, right? If instead that was a crazy goal where Draisaitl pulls it across and one hand tucks it in, that's a different story. But he just freaking curls it like a freaking idiot, and it just finds a hole. So unfortunate goal. Like, come on. Like, I wish. That's the one thing that kind of sucks about hockey is those kind of goals. But other than that, this game is phenomenal. 2-2 series. I'm still in the camp on the Cats are going to win this one. I still believe that. It's going to 7. I think next game is going to the Oilers. I think next game goes to the Oilers. It comes back to Florida. And Florida wins it. It goes to Game 7. And I think it is the Panthers. That's what I've stuck with, so I'm going to stick with my answer. But, like, let's be honest. These are the two most deserving teams. Like, whenever you'll see in the future, like, you know, the most deserving losing teams, these two teams better be on those lists. If it's the Oilers, you damn well fucking know it will be because it's a Canadian team. If it's the Panthers, they'll be mentioned. People won't always give them their due credit, and they'll be like, oh, no, they're like a number 3. When those two, the empty netters, do their little blind rankings, they'll get them, and they'll be like, they're a 3. Let's give them a 3. If it's the Oilers, they'll be like, they're number 1. Which is ridiculous. Both of these two teams super, and it's just the names in it. Perry, Marchand. How are these two guys still playing? Kachuk, McDavid, Leon Draisaitl. It's crazy work. But anyways, that was the game. Just my reaction to it, and that's all I gotta say. So thank you for watching this. Made it this far. Please, I'm begging you. I know this isn't the normal setup. Kind of gotta work with what I got right now. But that is all. So thank you for watching this. Have an amazing day. Too sweet, and ta-ta for now.